Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, good morning, all my beautiful God created souls. Okay, that was Clayton. Um, he says good morning too. It's like I heard like good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Excuse me, I literally just woke up and I was gonna I always tell her the same thing, but I was gonna do the most real quick. That's why my voice is a little raspy. But I woke up with God putting something really like clarity and something positive on my spirit. And this may not resonate with everybody, okay? Because I'm like, I want to do my hair, I want to do that. But listen, I'm like, no, I felt the need to say it right now. Um, they all gonna be looking for you one day, and you're gonna be completely gone. And when I say you're not coming back, when I mean completely gone, I'm not talking about you disappearing, but I'm talking about how God can we know how God that's not like a parrot. You know how God can y'all can go ahead and laugh in the comments. Okay, listen, I laugh all the time too. But God has relocated us a lot of times, right? God, even though yeah we say don't go back, we're gonna turn into a pillar of salt, but we do whatever God puts on our hearts. And it's people didn't realize, people not gonna realize it's gonna be that one time. One thing about God is He prepares us, right? He prepares us for greater, bigger, better. And this is not me wishing bad on anybody, but people didn't realize that when we kept going back, not only was people not your assignment anymore, but they just kept on ruining every opportunity with you, every blessing with you, because at the end of the day, you are a blessing. And see, when you kept going back, yeah, sometimes we would turn to a pillar of salt. Yeah, God, but see, God was really trying to give other people chances, because see, God gives people chances. Okay, and see, God's plans is to give you a hope in the future. God's plans is to give us a hope in the future. And it's the more that we went back, I felt like people just kept on taking advantage of that. They kept on thinking that, you were going to be around, and that's also why my last video, like I told y'all, people are avoiding you longer than usual, or they avoiding you because they're rethinking everything. They're rethinking everything that they did to you. They're rethinking people you ever people went too far. They went too far, just ruining not even just a relationship or a friendship. It could be a family ship. Y'all, we really went through it. Let's be real. We really went through it. And that's why I just feel prophetically, 2026, I just, how God will keep on, you having a hard time going to sleep at night, but because you're praying, you're up, God wakes us up, especially chosen ones, from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., because you're praying, or you're being productive, or, God is constantly shaping you. God is constantly molding you. You're really becoming him. You're really becoming her. You're really becoming finally who God is creating you to be. And it's a journey. You're learning, and then God is just constantly sending you positive prophetic messages. And it's yeah, we go back and forth, but it was that was honestly yeah, that was God teaching us He has something better for us, and people are no longer our assignment. But that was also God testing them. And the way God works and God's timing is, God would do whatever he needs to do. There's a season for everything, but God would do whatever he needs to do to get you where you need to be. And it's people did not know, just how God blesses us unexpectedly, but God prepares us. God will give you signs. And not that we do all this to get something back, but yo, I just have you on my spirit. Like, they're going to be looking for you and you're not going to be found. Like, you're going to be completely gone. Like, God's going, like, when God relocates you this time, and He's going to prepare you. Like, when I say He's going to prepare you, you're going to have nothing to worry about. And that's why, you know, you will know when it's time to move, right? You will know when it's time to move. You know, like, we know not to stay in one spot too long, but you know when it's time to move around, and you know when it's time to just pack your bags and leave. And you know when God wants you to stand in the pressure, you know, you know, and shine. You know when God wants you to stand in the pressure, stand in the tension, and shine. Because at the end of the day, you're built for that. At the end of the day, people are going to stare at you. At the end of the day, you are the light that's surrounded by darkness. At the end of the day, it's other people that's going to congratulate you, other people who are going to be happy to see you. But you just have a lot of qualities. You know, you have a lot of things that people can admire you for. Your energy is just magnetic. Honestly, you could, not to say you fit in, but a lot of people, I feel like sometimes, like, they're going to not want to clap for you because you have so many great, the way God created you is like you have so many talents. You're gifted. You have so many qualities about yourself, whether you are a man or a woman. And so it's very easy for somebody who don't know who they are or who's insecure. You make a lot of people feel small, and you don't have to do too much and you don't have to try too hard. That's the thing. You intimidate a lot of people to where a lot of people is going to feel like they're not going to want to congratulate you. But that's also like right before God really relocates you. Like, when God really relocate you this time, like, God relocated us a couple times, and there still was ways people would try to get in contact with you. But when I tell y'all God got big, big plans, like, you're going to have nothing to worry about when He does this. He's gonna really have it, like, under control. Like, you really earned all of this. You really deserved all of this. And, like, I just had a prophetic dream, and in this dream, some of us, we had dreams. A couple times we had dreams where you're moving out of the state, or you're moving out of the city. Child, it was me moving out of the state. Some of y'all want to move out of the country. Listen. And I'm happy to see it. Listen, I'm happy to hear it. And listen, God knows you're grateful, but He also knows what's best for you. Like, when I'm going to tell y'all, like, people tried so hard in the relationship, and this may not be for everybody, but it was people, a lot of people in your life, like family, relationships, friends. People was wasting their time trying so hard to get back. And just get back for no reason. Like, just try to seek revenge out on you, try to sabotage you, really try to put you through everything that you just did not deserve, putting you through everything that you did not deserve, and that you did not, like, put them half of what they put you through. Matter of fact, they couldn't even go through half of what they put you through. They fighting air all because, look, you don't answer their phone calls, you don't answer their text messages, you pulled away your energy, you start acting accordingly. You realize you don't chase, you attract. And in the dream where I was moving, or if you had dreams where you're moving, like, you were happy. Like, in your spirit, you felt like you're not coming back. And it was giving, they're going to be looking for you. They're going to be I'm gonna be real with y'all. Some people still asking for me. I don't have my phone. Y'all. I use my email. I use my laptop. And I just say whatever, God put on my spirit to say. And he said it's okay for me to say this right now, because there's times where I want to say certain stuff, or you want to say certain stuff, but God will catch you. Everybody say, yeah, God not going to say this. God not going to say this, say that. No. Like, how when it's time to move, God will move you. And my voice keep on cracking because I just woke up and I have so much energy. But, God will move you. And so I don't have my phone. I have my laptop. I'm meeting, each and every one of you, and it's just amazing. And, God will do Not, yes, it's God's plans and his understanding, but how many know that God will cut people out of our life if, not that you're having a hard time doing it, but they're having a hard time doing it. That's what I mean by like God will do whatever he needs to do to get you where you need to be. And like he will cut off contact, and some people try to get in contact with y'all through other people. Like some way, somehow, they coming back. Some way, somehow, I don't know. Like, how you just run into people? Yeah, like they find a way to come back. The devil gonna have a hard time trying to send people to find you. I mean, he gonna jump into anybody to get close to you. But the same people, they think they rethinking stuff right now. Like, listen, it's over. When it's done, it's done. When it's not over until God says it's over. But it's gonna be over for them when he relocates you this time. Where he relocates you, they're not going to just be looking for you, coming for you, in the grocery stores, or call so and so to get through a so and so. So and so gonna be like, listen, I haven't heard from him. I can't get in touch with him either. They all gonna be trying to get in touch with you. And this is not to make you go crazy either. Like, this is a great message for you. Like, I woke up and I was like, because God can be telling us different things. Y'all, listen. They're going to be looking for you and you're not going to be nowhere to be found. You're going to be somewhere really reaping the harvest that God has for you. And you're reaping, like how God is giving you sprinkles of the blessing little by little. I have a lot of energy right now. I'm sorry. This is who I really am. Look, remember back in 2025? And towards the end, how God was like revealing, removing. Like you went through it, but God prepared you, so you really wasn't going through it as bad as other people, right? Like, you're chosen. God created you to be a generational curse breaker. Everybody that was laughing at you and wanted to call you weak, at some point in 2025, they realized, wait a minute, they wasn't laughing no more, and you wasn't weak. You was actually the strongest one. They actually needed your shoulder to cry on. They were actually asking you for advice. They realized, wait a minute, you did not fall off. You were always on. You were always on 10 toes. Actually, you came out better than they last seen you from before. Every time they see you, not like you're just becoming a better and better person. God is blessing you more and more and more. And it's going to be one time where they're going to be expecting you to see you again. They always monitoring you. They always trying to monitor you, always trying to keep tabs on you, but they're not going to have no chance to this time because, see, God was watching all of that. Monitoring spirits are real. Hindering spirits are real. People trying to take you for all your energy and your strength is real. Judases are real. People that were trying to be jealous of y'all and ease their way in your life and betray y'all like a Judas spirit, that's real. That's why God said don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing, because monitoring spirits are real. People do prey on your downfall. Good karma is real. Delilah's spirits who want to take all your strength and you was wondering why you was feeling drained, depleted, that's real. This is what I'm saying. This is not just new age. People want to say new age spirituality. This stuff is real. The way we all say it nowadays, it might be different than Old Testaments and stuff like that. But we're starting to understand like the scriptures more. We're starting to understand like now we know now everybody know nowadays what many are called, a very few are chosen. See, back in the day they want to talk about, we doing all these new age stuff, but everybody thought they was chosen. It was not chosen. You was the one that was chosen in your family. And they thought you wasn't chosen because, they thought they was holier than thou. Or, you couldn't do certain scriptures. Or they thought, God making you chosen looked a certain way. No. God chose the ones that got testimonies. God chose the ones that people doubted. They doubted you. They laughed at you. They was always hating on you. God always seen you had a bunch of Judases around you growing up. You chosen. And I don't mean God don't love us all. But you don't have to do too much. You're chosen. And most importantly, you're not chosen because you know all the scriptures. Yeah, we stay in our word though, and we do pray and take up one-on-one time with God, but we don't plan it. We pray throughout the day. We don't plan, okay, I'm going to talk to God here. No, you talking to God right now. Okay, like we need God every second, every step of the day. We seek him first. We seek God first. Because if God is not in it, there's not going to be no peace. When you try to control everything, God lets you know, wait a minute, what you controlling? Because you're not in control. God had to sit me down the other day. Like, I don't know what you doing, this, that, and all that. I'm making a list. Oh, you making a list? Oh, you going to do this? Oh, you going to do that? You ain't doing nothing. Sit down. Like, just bop me. Like, sit down. And they realized back in 2025, you are chosen. Like, when I really realized that I was chosen, or when you really realized you was chosen, you was like telling people. And then when they looked at you like they believed it this time. Like, yeah, you got to be chosen. They was wondering how you knew how to pray for them, how you knew the advice to give them. And you were praying for people and giving people advice to their face. The same ones that just really try to take you through there. Really tried to break you. And this goes for family members, everybody. And now they see that you're chosen. Now they see the man and the woman that God really creating you and is creating you to be. Because God is not hiding your value. They trying to get pieces of you here and there. Listen, I felt so good on my spirit. You're not going to be found. Like, you were once lost and now you're found. And when you were lost, they didn't try to help find you. They didn't tell you the potential you had. They was laughing. They was dragging you and your name through the mud. God found you. And see, they still in their mindset trying to get revenge. They still trying to they just still don't get it. It's not a competition. They're not your assignment anymore. And God really placed you somewhere where, listen, what the devil meant for evil, what they meant for evil, God gonna turn around for your good. But like how I said last time, sometimes we can be caught up in the noise and we don't really hear God till we hear God. But after all, you were the blessing. God was going to do whatever he needed to do in your life anyways, but you had enemies around you, and he made them your footstool while he was preparing you for even better. Like I said earlier, back in 2025, notice how God, like when I say God going to relocate you, really relocate you, but like, notice how in 2025, or a lot of your family ships, they was always jealous of you, but a lot of your relationships and situationships and family ships, friendships you had in your life, you notice how, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, nobody's perfect, but I never had an issue apologizing. You never had an issue apologizing if it was a misunderstanding. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you apologize, and you didn't need to apologize. You didn't do nothing wrong. Like how everybody wants you to apologize for taking all these wins. They want you to apologize because you're getting all that God has for you. They want you to apologize for becoming better. And people shouldn't judge and laugh at anybody because, see, you could be laughing and judging somebody today and tomorrow be in that person's same shoes, which is what a lot of other people are experiencing, which is why you haven't seen them in a while, because people are going through it, going through things that you don't even know about. We all been at a point of our life where, you try to act like, you living how you're not really living. I mean, you always been yourself, But you got a lot of people that they try to act like they try to act like they're not really living how they live, and they live a life of a lie. And like the more you lie, the more it's gonna be harder to keep up. You haven't heard from people because guess what? They having a hard time keeping up with the Jones, keeping up with their lies. I made a video about that too, keeping up with the Jones, just doing the most, trying to keep up with you, trying to keep tabs and keep up with you, and then they really get mad at you when they can't figure you out. And that's why God will relocate you, God will redirect you, God will have you do something somewhere else, because God know monitoring spirits are real. God know when people got their eye on you. Heavy, where you had hindering spirits. It was to the point where don't tell this person that, don't tell that person this. Matter of fact, it's times where God blessed you when certain people wasn't around. They was taking their problems out on whoever, wherever, but they wasn't around to take their problems out on you to mess up your blessing. Because yeah, the devil, he will jump inside of anybody that gets close to you. And that's how big them blessings was. In 2025, it's a shame how a lot of these relationships, these friendships, they did not work out, because guess what? Sometimes God will show you how people tried to copy you and envy your lifestyle, and it did not turn out the way they wanted it to. The destiny swap, it did not work. It backfired on them. God showed you how it backfired on them, and you haven't talked to them again. And now that you think about it and you reminisce, it makes sense. It confirms everything. 2024 was all laughter. 2025 was all crying. Not for you. You was crying tears of joy for other people. And as God was giving you like the small blessings, like I want you to see, like God said, I want you to see how they react. I want you to see who's going to really clap for you, who's going to really congratulate you. It wasn't the ones that was around you. It was other strangers. They took their anger out on you because they was jealous and they was mad over the different new small beginnings that God was doing for you. So I don't know the time, the place. I'm not going to, that's God. I'm not God. That's God. But you're going to be prepared. You're going to be ready. And it's going to be even better for you. Because this time, they're not going to find, they're going to be looking for you, and you're not going to be found, completely gone. Like, they're going to be like, call that person, text that person. That person trying to get in touch with you. They're going to be like, well, you always had a number. You always can get in touch with so-and-so, touch you so-and-so. And listen, they're not going to know what to say, because listen, whoever they're trying to get in touch with you, they looking for you too. They're looking for you too. And you're not going to be found by them. Look at how God just cut off communication with certain people. Some people, they left for good. And some people, it's like God is breaking that seal. God is breaking that curse. God has broke that soul tie and words that people spoke over your life that should have never been spoken. Notice how people got more and more mad at you. They were already a Judas. They became more of a Judas. Every time God blessed you, they got mad every time God blessed you. And then when God kept on blessing you, they really showed their true colors. They really showed more and more who they was. They really showed more and more how they was a hindering spirit. The more and more how they did not want you to do good or do better than them. The more and more they showed you how they counted you out, and they didn't realize you could do it. They didn't realize you had it in you. You didn't know you had it in you until you just let go and let God and let him do it. And he did it. And he did his big one. He did his big one. I don't know. I'm hearing like Atlanta, Georgia. I'm hearing different states. I mean, honestly, God knows it is God's plans, but God knows the real you. You're going to be around energy. You're going to be around energy like when you take that first step, God going to take that next step for you. And everything is his timing. But listen, he's using your enemies as your footstool. And in the meantime, you ever notice like how when you finna get blessed big, the really big enemies are not around? Like I say last time, a lot of your past friendships and stuff like that, flings, whatever the case may be, they did not work out because they were always hating on you. Not because it was it was never a real misunderstanding. That's the confirmation part right there. They did not want to see you good, doing good. They did not want to see you win. Matter of fact, they were loving it when they thought you was losing. They were loving it. They didn't want to hear from you when they thought you fell off. Not only do they want to hear from you, now they want to make up and start inviting you again. God ain't forgive. At one point, they didn't want to invite you because they really showed who they truly was. They really showed they was hating because guess what? You was the light. You was the light for the party, and you was always the light that's surrounded by darkness. And years after you became who God created you to be in your family, they really showed their true colors, and you wasn't near around them while they was doing it either. You was somewhere else. But now you're gonna be somewhere else, like for real. Like God know the cities you like, not the places you like, but that fits you. It's you, and it's not about you. It's about God. But God still wants you to be happy. God still wants you to have peace. Sometimes we be running around doing this, doing that. Like God said, you can't change people. A lot of the arguments we was having and doing the most, we have to really do all of that. That's why God said, let go, let him take care of it. And he just sitting back watching you and watching everything else. Listen, this is going to be great, and this is going to be big for you. So I love y'all so much. They're going to be looking for you. Like, I seen, like, somebody looking into the house, looking at wherever they thought you would always be, and just confused, shocked, lost. And you're not, and this time, how God plans to not have the contact information, you're going to be able to have contact with people that deserve to have contact with you. And yeah, I had to be extra and move my head with it. So have a great day. Stay prayed up and positive. Okay, have you a cup of coffee, have you a cup of tea healthy for you. Drink you some water, stay hydrated. Continue to fast. Don't overthink. Okay? Remember, you're chosen. You don't chase, you attract. Keep a positive mindset. Stay positive during negative situations. Don't overstress. Don't overthink. God has it under control. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.